Good afternoon to all. Good afternoon to all. Welcome to Examtics 99 YouTube channel. Welcome to Examtics 99 YouTube channel. வீடியோ பிடிச்சிருந்தா லைக் பண்ணுங்கள், ஷேர் பண்ணுங்கள், சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்கள். நீங்கள் சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணால் தான் நான் போடுற எல்லா வீடியோ உங்களுக்கு காமிக்கும். சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்கள். சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணிட்டு ஆல்னு கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா எல்லா வீடியோ உங்களுக்கு காமிக்கும். கண்டிப்பாக எல்லா எக்ஸாம் யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கும். வீடியோவில் நிறைய அப்லோட் பண்ணியிருக்கேன், வாட்ச் பண்ணுங்கள். இப்போ ஜென்ரல் நாலேஜ் பார்ப்போம். ஜென்ரல் நாலேஜ் கொஸ்டின்ஸ் 1000 கொஸ்டின் ஆல்ரெடி போட்டுட்டேன். ஜென்ரல் நாலேஜ் கொஸ்டின் வந்து 1000 கொஸ்டின் ஆல்ரெடி போட்டேன். மீ 1000 கொஸ்டின் அனது 1000 கொஸ்டின் போட்டுட்ருக்கேன். ஜென்ரல் நாலேஜில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஹிஸ்ட்ரி, ஜியாகிரபி, பாலிட்டி, சயின்ஸில் வந்து ஃபிசிக்ஸ், கெமிஸ்ட்ரி, பாட்னி, பயாலஜி, எக்கனாமிக் கொஸ்டின்ஸ் எல்லாமே இருக்குது. கண்டிப்பாக யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கும். எஸ்எஸ்சி, ஐபிபிஎஸ், ஆர்ஆர்பி, என்டிபிசி, டிஎன்பிஎஸ்சி எல்லா எக்ஸாமும் கண்டிப்பாக யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கும். அனது 1000 கொஸ்டின் போட்டுட்ருக்கோம். கண்டிப்பாக வாட்ச் பண்ணுங்கள், யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கும் எக்ஸாமுக்கு. டவுட்னா கமெண்ட் பண்ணுங்கள், கண்டிப்பாக நான் கிளியர் பண்ணுறேன். ஏதாவது டவுட்னா கமெண்ட் பண்ணுங்கள். எல்லா கொஸ்டின் மிக்ஸ் ஆகிருக்கு. டிஎன்பிஎஸ்சி கொஸ்டின் எடுத்திருக்கேன், எஸ்எஸ்சி கொஸ்டின், எல்வி ரெக்கமெண்ட் போர்டு. இப்போ ஹெமிஸ்ட்ரி பார்த்துட்ருக்கோம். ஹெமிஸ்ட்ரியிலே ஒரு 300-400 கொஸ்டின் இருக்கும். கண்டிப்பாக யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கும், வாட்ச் பண்ணுங்கள். த்ரீ 400 மேலே கூட கொஸ்டின் இருக்கும். கண்டிப்பாக ஹெமிஸ்ட்ரியில் எல்லாமே யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கும். நோட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க, எழுதி வச்சுக்கோங்க.
Chemistry 6-day question answer 1. Chocolate can be bad for health because of the high content of which element? Nickel 2. Galvanized iron sheets have a coating of which metal? Zinc 3. Chlorophyll is a naturally occurring chelate compound. What is the central metal in this? Magnesium. 4. Chemical name of washing soda is sodium carbonate. 5. What will you put into pure water in order to pass electric current through it? Common salt. 6. Which fuel causes minimum environmental pollution? Hydrogen. 7. Which hydrocarbon is mainly present in gobar gas? Methane. 8. The cause of fractional atomic weights of elements. The presence of isotopes. 9. Which gas has maximum calorific value? Oil gas. 10. Phosgene is obtained by the reaction of carbon monoxide and which gas? Chlorine. 11. Which petroleum refinery product has the lowest boiling point? Gasoline. 12. Which sets indicated the aeolian process? Corrosion, attrition, deflation. 13. Which compound does not contain NO group? Aldehyde. 14. Maximum hydrogen bonding would be observed in which compound? Methanol. 15. What are the metallic constituents of hard water? Calcium, magnesium and iron. 16. What is the maximum number of hydrogen bonds in a H2O molecule? 4. 17. The nitrogen percentage is the highest in which fertilizer? Urea. 18. Which are the high temperature superconductors? Ceramic oxides. 19. Which pollutant is produced from vehicles that cause mental diseases? Pb. Lead. 20. What makes a lemon sour? Citric acid. 21. In which type of coal percentage of carbon is the highest? Anthracite. 22. What is formed when white phosphorus is heated at 540 K in the absence of air? Red phosphorus. 23. Which acid is used to removing and rust stains in cloth? Oxalic acid. 24. Which metal is present in photofilms? Silver. 25. Which is the highest grade of coal whose surface is shining and has the highest calorific value? Anthracite. 26. Which is an element which never exhibits positive oxidation state in any of its compounds? Fluorine. 27. Blue litmus paper is converted into red in solution of which thing? Acid. 28. Which is another name of RDX? Cyanide. 29. What is the negative logarithmic value of hydrogen on cold? pH 30. A bee sting leaves an acid which causes pain and irritation. Which is that injected acid? Metanoic acid. Remove watermark wonder-share PDF element. General studies. Chemistry. Sister question answer 1. In an atomic nucleus, by which force are neutrons and protons held together? Exchanged forces. 2. By which a mixture of naphthalene and benzoic acid can be separated? Chromatography. 3. By which carbon and hydrogen are estimated in organic compounds? Liebig's method. 4. Which isotope of uranium capable of sustaining chain reactions? U-235-5. Which is natural source of gamma rays? Radon gas. 6. Which is the substance which can act both as an acid and a base? Amphoteric. 7. Where is the smog is likely to occur? Near the industrial areas. 8. Which property of the elements is a whole number? Atomic number. 9. What are the atoms of the elements which have same number of neutrons called? Isotones. 10. What happens to the level of mercury in the barometer tube when it is taken down a coal mine? It rises. 11. Which metal is extracted by electrolytic reaction method? Aluminium. 12. Which is the basis of modern periodic table? Atomic number. 13. By which can the location and energy of an electron in an atom be specified? Quantum numbers. 14. Which is also called stranger gas? Xenon. 15. Mixture of which pair of gases is the cause of occurrence of most of the explosions in mines? Methane and air. 16. Rainwater collected after 30 to 40 minutes of raining is not suitable for drinking. Why? Because it is acidic. 17. What is the poison of honeybee? Acidicating. Which inorganic precipitate acts as semi-permeable membrane? Copper ferrocyanide. 19. In which biological process sugar is oxidized to release energy? Respiration. 20. To prepare a standard solution of a substance, what is generally used? Measuring flask. 21. How does transfer of heat energy from the sun to the moon take place? By radiation only. 22. which is an active component of oil of clove. Genol 23. In methane molecule, how are the 4 hydrogen atoms arranged? As tetrahedral 24. What are rubies and sapphires chemically known as? Aluminium oxide 25. Which pair of metals constitutes the lightest metal and the heaviest metal, respectively? Lithium and osmium. 26. Energy transferred to a person through gamma rays is measured in by which unit? Roentgens. 27. Which element has the lowest electron affinity? Argon 28. What does the emission of SS particle? Increases the atomic number by 129. A fruity smell is obtained by the reaction of ethanol with which compound? CH3COO30. Which gas do not considered as polluting agent of air? CO2. Remove watermark 1 share PDF element. General Studies. Chemistry. System question answer 1. Which compound caused tragedy of Bhopal in 1984? Methyl isocyanate 2. Which compound is used as an antichlor? NaT2S2O33. Which chemical used as a fixer in photography? Sodium thiosulfate 4. Which metal has the highest density? Platinum 5. In human body, into which does the pancreas secretes its enzymes? Duodenum 6. Which compound is used in anti-malarial drug? Chloroquine 7. What does soda water contain? Carbon dioxide 8. Which process of weathering belongs to both mechanical and chemical weathering? Crystallization. 9. What is the main constituent of vinegar? Acetic acid 10. Which compound is used for writing on glass? Hydrogen fluoride 11. Which compound is commonly used as antifreeze in automobile radiators? Glycerol 12. When water vapors are passed over aluminium carbide, what do we get? Methane 13. What are soaps? Sodium or potassium salts of heavier fatty acids 14. Which material is suitable for water purification? Zeolites 15. Which chemical is used in foam fire extinguishers? Aluminium sulfate 16. Which element is with the highest electrical conductivity? Silver 17. During electrolysis, which the species are discharged at cathode? Cations 18. Non-stick cooking utensils are coated with which metal? Teflon 19. Which represents a process of chemical weathering? Hydration and hydrolysis 20. How can permanent hardness of water be removed? By adding washing soda 21. Which nuclear particles responsible for holding all nucleons together? Mesons. 22. What is generally present in tonics? Ethanol. 23. Which component of the atmosphere has increased during the last 200 years? Carbon dioxide 24. What does mixture of CS2 and H2S on passing over heated copper give? Methane 25. Of which metal were the tools and weapons of Harappan civilization? Copper, tin and bronze 26. Which is associated with the formation of brown air in traffic congested cities? Nitrogen oxide 27. Balloons are filled with which gas? Helium 28. Which are the best and the poorest conductors of heat respectively? Silver, Ag, and lead, Pb. 29. Which metal is not attacked by the environment? Gold 30. Which colloidal solution is used in photography? Colloidal silver bromide. Remove watermark 1 PDF element. General studies. Chemistry. Sister question answer 1. A temperature difference of 25 degrees Celsius is equivalent to a temperature difference of how many F? 45 degrees F. 2. A deuterium nucleus consists of which particles? 1 proton and 1 neutron 3. How many moles are there in 140 g of Psi? Atomic mass of silicon is 28. 5.4. Which is used in storage batteries? Lead 5. An element X forms an oxide X03. 6.6. Which polymeric material is used for making bulletproof jacket? Kevlar 7. Which is the main ingredient in cement? Limestone 8. Which element is produced when concentrated cinnabar is roasted in the excess of air? Hg. 9 isotones. 10 which compound is known as white vitriol? ZnSO4.7H211. Which environment leads to the occurrence of acid rain? Sulfur dioxide 12. Which type of the fruit formed without fertilization? Parthenocarpy 13. In vulcanization, with which the natural rubber is heated. Sulfur 14. Which algae is used as biofertilizer in the production of crop paddy? Blue-green algae 15. When lake starts freezing, the formation of the ice will start first at which point? Top. 16. Which unicellular algae are used as source of oxygen in space research? Chlorella 17. Which is used as a filler in rubber tires? Carbon black 18. Alcoholic fermentation is brought about the action of which thing? Yeast 19. By whom was the principle of black hole enunciated? S. Chandrasekhar 20. Which gas has maximum calorific value? Oil gas 21. A molecule of glucose on complete oxidation yields how many ATP molecules in case of aerobic respiration? 36. 22. A lighted candle gets extinguished when covered with a tumbler. Why? Because of inadequate supply of air. 23. In anaerobic respiration, what is the net gain of ATP per glucose molecule oxidized? 2. 24. The elements of group Y are generally known as which name? Nicogens 25. Which pairs of rays is electromagnetic in nature? X-rays and gamma rays 26. Which gas changes lime water in milky color? Carbon dioxide 27. Mercury thermometers can be used to measure temperature up to how many degrees C? 360 degrees Celsius. 28. What does gobar gas contains mainly? Methane 29. Which are the important raw materials required in cement industry? Limestone and clay 30. What is not the cause of low conductivity of electrolyte? Ionization of salt. Remove watermark Wondershare PDF element. General studies. Chemistry. Sister question answer 1. Cooking gas is a mixture of which gases? Butane and propane 2. Which acid is produced when milk gets sour? Lactic acid 3. Which are the most commonly used chemicals in the artificial rain making or cloud seeding? Silver iodide, Ag. 4. What happens when water is heated from 0 degrees C to 10 degrees Celsius? The volume of water first decreases then increases. 5. Which compound does not give a positive test in Lassane's test for nitrogen? Hydrazine 6. Litmus paper used in laboratory from which obtained? Lichen 7. Which acid is used in synthetic lemonade? Citric acid 8. With rise of boiling point of a water, what will be the latent heat of steam? Decreases 9. If we sprinkle common salt on an earthworm, why does it die? Due to osmotic shock. 10. What do the contact of two air masses differing sharply in humidity originate? Temperate cyclones. 11. Which of the toxic heavy metals is found in modern tannery industries? Chromium. 12. Why is tetracycline is used as anti-plague drug? 13. Which contain high content of lead? High octane fuel. 14. Where is Pakistan's nuclear power plant located? Kahuta 15. Denatured spirit is a mixture of ethyl alcohol, methyl alcohol and which other thing? Pyridine. 16. During rainy seasons, why do doors made up of wood swell up? Due to imbibition. 17. Of the floating iceberg in the sea, how much is the portion remaining above the sea level? 1/10th. 18. By which enzyme is urea converted into ammonia and carbon dioxide? Uris. 19. Which color of heat radiation represents the highest temperature? White. 20. Which fertilizer has more nitrogen content? Urea. 21. Trees in tropical deciduous forest shed their leaves in which season? Dry season. 22. Food wrapped in newspaper is likely to get contaminated with which disease? Lead. 23. If a U-238 nucleus splits into two identical parts, how will the two nuclei be so produced? Stable. 24. Which metal is used for making boats because it does not corrode by seawater? Titanium. 25. Which is a strong smelling agent added to LPG cylinder to help in the detection of gas leakage? Ethanol. 26. Which is a metamorphic rock? Slate. 27. What is the best conductor of electricity? Salt water. 28. Which was the first atomic power reactor in India? Apsara. 29. Which of the element of group 17 is radioactive? Astatine. 30. Which has the least penetrating power? Alpha particles. Remove watermark 1-PDF element. General studies. Chemistry. Sister question answer 1. Which landmark in medical history was the first to take place? Plastic surgery. 2. Most of the explosions in mines occur due to the mixing of things. Oxygen with acetylene. 3. Which metal causes iterative disease? Cadmium. 4. Glass is made of the mixture of which things? Sand and silicates. 5. Which is the chief characteristic of wet and dry tropics? Constant heating. 6. What is a graph is plotted taking degrees C along the y-axis and of K along the x-axis? Straight line. 7. Acetyl salicylic acid is commonly used as which medicine? A painkiller. 8. The electron emitted in beta radiation originates from where? Inner orbits of atoms. 9. Which chemically inactive gas present in the atmosphere? Argon. 10. By whom was the absolute value of charge on electron determined? R.A. Millikan. 11. From which the cathode ray particles originate in a discharge tube? Cathode. 12. Which element has 2 electrons in the K shell only? Helium. 13. Major part of core 2 is transported to respiratory surface in form of which ion? HCO3 ion. 14. Which type of isomerism is shown by diethyl ether and methylpropyl ether? Metamerism. 15. Which allotrope of the carbon is used in cutting and drilling? Diamond. 16. In certain amino acids, which elements is found in addition to carbon? Hydrogen, nitrogen and oxygen? Sulfur. 17. Which substance coated on plastic tape? Iron oxide. 18. Which is the cloud that is dark grey or black, found at very low height and brings the real rain? Nimbostratus. 19. X210 has half-life of 5 days. What is the time taken for 7/8 of sample of X210 to decay? 15 days. 20. A gas is found to have the formula Co(N). Its vapor density is 70. What must the value of N be? 5. 21. What are alpha rays emitted from a radioactive substance? Helium nuclear. 22. Which is used in beauty parlors for hair setting? Sulfur. 23. Which gas is most predominant in the sun? Hydrogen. 24. Which is the lightest gas? Hydrogen 25. When metal carbonate reacts with dilute acids, what does it forms? Co226. The element common to all the acids is known as which name? Hydrogen 27. Which is the gas usually filled in the electric bulb? Nitrogen 28. To whom the credit for the discovery of transuranic element goes? Seaborne 29. Sodium carbonate crystals lose water molecules. What is this property called? Efflorescence theory. Which gas is essential for photosynthesis process? Code 2. Remove watermark Wondershare PDF element. General studies. Chemistry. Sister question answer 1. Acetylene is used as an anesthetic under which name? Narcillin 2. Which is responsible for red rot of sugarcane? Cullectricium falcatum 3. What is the major ingredient of leather? Collagen 4. Which particle has similar mass to that of the electron? Positron 5. Which acid used to removing spots? Oxalic acid 6. For pasteurization of milk by flash method, at which temperature is milk heated? 100 degrees Celsius. 7. Which chemical is used for preserving fruit juices? Sodium benzoate. Which metal is found in plaster of Paris? Calcium 9. In which year did Mahatma Gandhi return to India, leaving South Africa forever? 1914. 10. Which radiation emitted from the sun has highest wavelength? Microwaves 11. Aluminium surfaces are often anodized. This means deposition of a layer of which oxide? Zinc oxide. 12. Which scale is used for recording weather condition? Barometer 13. Which chemically inactive gas present in atmosphere? Argon 14. Which synthetic fiber is known as artificial silk? Rayon 15. All acids contain which element? Hydrogen 16. Which predominantly acts as the agent of chemical erosion of soil? Underground water 17. Formation of potholes in riverbeds is an example of thing. Corrosion 18. Which type of glass can cut off ultraviolet rays? Crooked glass 19. Which is called philosopher's wool? Zinc oxide 20. When ore is heated generally in absence of air, then what is process called? Calcination 21. Which pair does not contain a coinage metal? Zinc and gold 22. What is the most soluble in water? Sugar 23. From where can renewable energy be obtained? Biomass 24. When ice melts into water, which type of change occurs in entropy? Increases 25. The pH of water at 25 degrees Celsius is 7. Remains same 26. Which is produced during allergic reactions? Histamine. 27. What is the mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen called? Water gas. 28. In the leaf of tobacco what is found? Nicotine 29. In which molecule the distance between two adjacent carbon atoms is longest? Ethane 30. Which charcoal is used to deolorize raw sugar? Wood charcoal. Remove watermark 1 share PDF element. 162. General Studies. Chemistry. Sister question answer 1. Which metal used to pollute the air of a big city? Lead 2. Which form an irreversible complex with hemoglobin of blood? Carbon monoxide 3. Regarding the atom of a chemical element, magnetic quantum number refers. Orientation 4. When an ebonite rod is rubbed with fur, which charge acquired by the fur? Positive 5. What is development of fruit without fertilization called? Parthenocarpy 6. Which charcoal forms of carbon is used in sugar industry? Animal charcoal 7. One molecule of hemoglobin can carry how many atoms of oxygen? 8. Which is the source of methane emission into the atmosphere? Wetland 9. Which is not an important condition for growth of coral? Wave-free salt water 10. Which is the element common to all acids? Hydrogen 11. What is the function of leghemoglobin in nitrogen fixation? Absorption of oxygen 12. Which is the most important ore of aluminium? Bauxite 13. Which chemical can be used as anticoagulant? Sodium citrate. 14. Carbon monoxide has how much greater affinity for hemoglobin as compared to oxygen? 200 times. 15. In which country does state funding of elections take place? Germany and Austria. 16. Starch iodide paper is used to test for the presence of which agent? Oxidizing agent. 17. The powers of the Election Commission are given in which article of the Constitution? 324. 18. Which element present in largest amount in human body? Oxygen. 19. What is formed by dissolution of base or acid in water? Exothermic. 20. Which process is used to remove reducible oxides from the metal? Polling. 21. Mercury is transported in metal containers made of which metal? Iron. 22. What does latitude place indicate? Temperature. 23. By whom was cholera bacillus discovered? Robert Koch. 24. Stainless steel is an alloy of which metals? Iron, chromium and nickel. 25. What is the oxidation number and covalency of sulfur in S8? 0. 226. What is the substance which decreases the rate of a chemical reaction? Poison. 27. Dwarfness can be controlled by treating the plant with which acid? Gibberellic acid. 28. Which are the chemicals having profound effect on growth and development? Phytohormones. 29. Which is obtained when H2S is passed through the solution of sodium zincate? ZNS. 30. Fish die in water bodies polluted by sewage. Why? Due to reduction in oxygen. Remove watermark 1 PDF element. General studies. Studies. Chemistry. System question answer 1. What is produced during the formation of photochemical smog? Nitrogen oxide 2. Which place has no Ashokanedicts? Patliputra 3. Parthenocarpy fruit is obtained by which sprying phytohormone? Auxins 4. Which is the nonmetal that remains liquid at room temperature? Bromine 5. By which ruler was the new element of Gopuram encouraged in temples of South India? Cholas. 6. Which colloidal solution is commonly used as germ killer? Colloidal sulfur 7. Which is an insectivorous plant? Pitcher plant 8. What number of essential amino acid is found in man? 29. By which is the amount of light entering into the eye controlled? Iris 10. Which is the compound in that oxygen shows +2 oxidation state? Fluor 211. The heaviest silicates named Sima or silica plus magnesium are most abundant in which layer? Crust. 12. With which period do we associate the microlith implements? Mesolithic 13. Insectivorous plant generally grow in soil which is deficient in which gas? Nitrogen 14. Which compound cannot be used as nitrogenous fertilizer? HNO3 15. Which is the non-ferrous metal? Aluminium 16. DC current can be controlled by which component? Resistance 17. Sodium metal is kept under which liquid? Kerosene 18. Which naturally occurring element in the rice husk makes it termite resistant? Silicon 19. What is a powerful eye irritant present in smog? Sulfur dioxide 20. How is the relative permeability of a diamagnetic material? Less than unity 21. Which desert is famous for its deposits of nitrates? Atacama 22. What is isomerism exhibited by acetic acid and methyl formate? Functional group 23. Which is considered as a cell within a cell? Golgi apparatus 24. Which is a significant contributor to increased levels of atmospheric carbon dioxide? Deforestation. 25. Who is responsible for the registration of voters? Election Commission 26. Which is used in welding industry? Acetylene 27. Where was the world's first oil well drilled in the 19th century? Titusville in Pennsylvania, USA. 28. Which was a novelty in Shah Jahan's buildings? Makrana marble 29. Flux reacts with the impurities to form fusible material, which is known as which name? Slag. 30. If the dew point is below freezing, it is referred to which point? Frost point. Remove watermark 1 under shape PDF element. General studies. Chemistry. System question answer 1. Which is printed on a commonly used fluorescent tube light? 6500 K2. In which organ carbohydrate is stored as glycogen? Liver 3. Which element does not show variable oxidation states? Zinc 4. Which type of coal represents the first stage of formation of coal? Peat 5. What is formula of plaster of Paris? 2CaSO4.H2O6. What is the main constituent of natural gas? Methane 7. IC chips for computers are usually made of which metal? Silicon 8. What does hydrogen fuel cell vehicles produce as exhaust? H2O9. What is an example of miscellaneous system here? So plus water 10. What is saliva in man? Alkaline 11. What is the main constituent of hemoglobin? Iron 12. Which was the first synthetic fiber made by man? Nylon 13. In the structure of planet Earth, below the mantle, the core is mainly made up of which? Iron. 14. What is the best conductor of electricity? A 0.1 m solution? Sulfuric acid 15. What is the chemical formula for water glass? Na2CO316. Which of the following is used as a lubricant? Graphite 17. What is the function of heavy water in a nuclear reactor? Slow down the speed of neutrons. 18. Uranium eventually decays into a stable isotope of element. Lead 19. Which is the metal used in store batteries? Lead 20. Which type of soils have a marked capacity to retain water? Rigor soil 21. What is laughing gas? Nitrous oxide 22. When sodium bicarbonate is heated, what is the product obtained? Na2CO3 23. If a liquid wets a solid surface, what is the angle of contact? Less than 90 degrees 24. Which noble gas was discovered in chromosphere of the Sun? Helium 25. What does talc contains? Magnesium, silicon and oxygen 26. Which mixture is homogeneous? Methanol and water 27. Which form of phosphorus is used in safety matches? Red phosphorus. 28. Which gas is used for refrigeration? Ammonia. 29. By which an element is best characterized? By its atomic number 30. Which is the softest? Sodium. Remove watermark Wondershare PDF element. General Studies.
Okay, thank you to all. இந்த வீடியோ பிடிச்சிருந்தா லைக் பண்ணுங்கள், ஷேர் பண்ணுங்கள், சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்கள். வீடியோ பிடிச்சிருந்தா லைக் பண்ணுங்கள், ஷேர் பண்ணுங்கள், சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்கள். கண்டிப்பாக எல்லா எக்ஸாமுக்கும் யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கும். தேங்க்யூ.